camera on, which is best for you?
You can just turn it off if you want.
Okay.
And then if you have questions, since it's just you and I, so it should be recording. You should have gotten notified.
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. See
Great.
you in a bit. Thank you, Debbie. Hope
Yes. Let's get going here then. All right. Um, so the goal of today's workshop is hopefully we will at least get the core components done of what you need in your lead magnet. We're in the age where we are just flooded with information, and it's not information that people are looking for. I mean, they are, but what they're really looking for, it's transformation. They want little mini step transformations. So that's the goal for today, is to help you learn how to pull out some of those mini transformations and then to turn that into a lead magnet. So that's going to be the goal. And the reason I'm calling it a workshop is if you're here with me live, I'm actually going to, after I go through the slides and stuff, I'll turn the recording off and we'll dig in and we'll actually work on your lead magnet. If you're catching this on replay and you're inside of the Digital Business Academy membership, then just reach out and then I'll do an audit of your lead magnet and help you go from there. So the handouts and the replays, excuse me, let me find my little document here, and I will put this link. Whoops. That's the wrong one. Let me give you the link to this document, and this will give you a link to the folder because in the future I might be adding more to it. So right now the folder has the notes and it has the PDF that we're going to be working off of. And then the Canva sheets. And then once I have the replay, I'll put the link there. So you'll be able to have all of this in one place. And the nice thing about having it on this Google Doc is if I update it, then it's there for you automatically. So I'm going to drop this in the chat. And if you watch it on replay, then you'll get this document and then you can just grab it. Okay. All right. I have way too many tabs open. Okay. So here's the deal. When I like to work like from the backwards to the forward in the sense of the biggest picture, what is it that you help people with? How do you help them get to the end zone, so to speak? Once we have that, and for people in the UK, I've heard them say, what's on the tin? Or in the US, what's on that package? What is that promise on the package? So if somebody signs up for a program or coaching, whatever it is, what's that big transformation? But within that, I like people to break things down into just three problems that you're going to work on. Because if you have more than that, then the mind goes into overwhelm. And what I'm seeing with a lot of people is they promise you the moon. I sign up to a lot of these little mini memberships just to, see what they're doing and stuff. But the problem, you quickly get overwhelmed and you don't know where to start. So for our people, what we want is we want to let them know that we can get them to that end zone. And the best way to get them there is they need to fix. So if you've got a bigger problem, they need to fix these three things. So from there, what we're going to do is come up with three mini problems for each one of those. And I've got a little diagram here that's going to make more sense in a minute. And so then once you keep going down, 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 you break these things all apart, then that's what becomes these 9 little micro issues. And you just take those and create your lead magnet from it. And then the beautiful thing is you just rinse and repeat. Okay. So in the, and I'll hop over to it in just a minute. In the guide, the blueprint that you have, basically it's, let me make this bigger. It's saying the same thing here is what is the big promise? And then if you think of them like phases, okay, if we were going to solve this big problem, what's phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3? Or sometimes they don't have to go in order, but there's 3 main components to get them to the end goal. So I have people, this is what takes the longest, is because we know what we do, but we have all of these little tiny pieces floating around and we don't know how to like extract the most important things. So I want, and we won't get this done today, but I want everybody thinking about what are like the 3 main, I'll call them macro problems, that once you solve those, it gets them closer to solving the big picture. And then what you do from these 9, you just write a brief description of what this is and how you're going to help them. And then I just tell people to take a few minutes and think about what is the best way to deliver this solution for your people based on your clientele. Sometimes it's a template or a cheat sheet, blueprint or swipe file, a guide. It might be something audio. So, you could do like meditation things, whatever it is, but what is the best thing that your people need? So that's decision number 1. And then you kind of start digging into, okay, what's that magnetic hook or that title that's going to draw people in? So today, our main focus is we're going to try to identify, we probably won't get all 9, but we're going to identify at least 2 or 3 of these micro or macro steps that will turn into these little lead magnets. Okay. All right. And an easy way to think about how to kind of start defining the lead magnet is you are excited, you want to tell people, hey, I just have this new guide or this checklist or this template that it teaches them how to do what without, and this is like the pain statement, and then you dig even further, even if. Okay, so if you help people learn to reduce their anxiety, it might be something like how to reduce the anxiety that you feel without having to drink 3 glasses of wine at night. Even if, I don't know what an even if statement might be, even if you feel like, I don't know, you don't have any time in the day, whatever it is. Okay. And then click to, this is the CTA, click to get the access, click here to download, and then what we call the digital stack. Okay. So here is kind of an example. I call it the perfect pain point identifier. So there's two different ways that marketers go after the messaging. They call it like the pain, agitation, or they talk about the promise. Well, I don't believe in sticking the knife and twisting it and all of that kind of stuff, but here's the deal. People will move faster away from pain than they move towards pleasure. So basically, is your marketing a pain or pleasure type? We want the pleasure, but it's hard for us to visualize that. So when we're offering something, we do need to address the pain or the emotion that they're feeling because that's what they want to get away. That, they want to escape that. So the example here is, what's the desire? Okay, maybe somebody's had a baby, it's 2 years later, and they still, don't feel like, they just want to lose this weight. What's the real desire? More than just losing weight, they really want that skinny tummy that they used to have. And without what? They don't want to have to go to the gym 2 hours a day, or they don't want to have to eat lettuce, or they don't want to give up their favorite pizza and beer on Friday night. Okay, so whatever that pain is, so that, and this is the magic part. That's where it ties into that true emotional feeling. And if we can tap into that, we're golden. So why does this mom want a skinny tummy? Because she wants to be able to fit back into her skinny jeans. And then you go a layer deeper. Well, why? Why does she want those skinny jeans? Because she wants to feel sexy and loved again, or she wants to feel confident. Okay. So you can see how we address the desire, but we also address the pain of they don't want, they're sick of diets. They're sick of looking in the mirror, looking in themselves. They just want to be able to fit into their skinny jeans. And when we can tap into that, then what is it that we're offering them? 30 minutes a day fitness checklist so that you can fit into your skinny jeans. Right? So this is what the promise is. And then the CTA is click here to get your checklist. Is that okay? Is that making sense? Now, let's go back to when I said, let's try to dissect how we help people and pull out, first of all, those three pillars of what they're struggling with, and then how we help them. And then from those pillars, how we pull out those little mini problems. And what I tell people is this little triangle model, it's not mine. There's a lot of people that use it, but I think it just helps you stay focused on not having all this extra stuff. So in the middle of the triangle, what is that transformation? And if you can put so much time in it or a dollar amount, something tangible. Okay, so if we come back up here, 30 minutes a day fitness checklist. Okay, so you can see here your and the example I have above is for the lead magnet, but this would be your program. So if you were a fitness coach, then it might be get back into your pre-baby body within 90 days without going to the gym or something. Okay. So whatever the wow offer is, and if you can add amount of time to it, again, how much time they're saving or all of that kind of stuff. And then from here, what are the three problems that's preventing them from getting this wow effect? So I'm not a health expert, not a fitness expert, just making these things up. But for instance, problem number one might be they overeat at night. They just can't stop eating junk food. Okay, whatever that problem is. Problem number two, they're so busy with their children, they never have time to exercise. Problem number 3, maybe their family is picky eaters, and so you don't want to have to fix 2 meals, and so basically the family's kind of sabotaging you. I don't know, but what are those main bleeding neck problems? They know if they could just solve these problems, they would get to their end result here. Okay, so coming back up here to this one thing, 30 minutes a day fitness checklist. Down here, if one of the problems was no time or energy to exercise, okay, that would be like the big problem. The solution is always just the reverse of the problem. They want this goal, but the problem is no time or energy to exercise. The solution is exercise routines that you can do any place that I don't know, get your skinny tummy back, something. You just reverse it. No time to exercise, find 15 minutes a day to exercise to get back into your skinny jeans, something like that. And then from there, you will have either 2 or 3 little mini exercises or steps to help them get to that. So one little mini solution of this would be this lead magnet that we're talking about. So up here again, this lead magnet, 30-minute a day fitness checklist. So I've seen these little, I don't know, they're like little short videos, and you exercise for 90 seconds, like a chair leg lift. So one of the little things here might be, this 30-minute a day checklist, or 15-minute a day do anywhere exercises, or exercise log, whatever it is. These little mini problem solutions are helping you get to this bigger solution. All right, so hopefully that's making sense what I'm saying here. So here's another example. Perfect future client. That's what I'm talking about here. How do you get clients? So this is somebody just starting out in their online space. So the 3 main problems they might have is they don't even really understand who their clients are, who are their ideal people. They're still struggling with trying to figure out what to offer, and they're trying to figure out how to attract their first clients. So again, the solution is always just the reverse of what your problem is. So you're just starting out in business and you don't know who your perfect future client is. You don't know who that avatar is. Well, in my Perfect Future Client course, learn how to identify your dream client. And then what are the many steps that will help them identify their dream client. I've got different worksheets here. And I probably should have better titles here, but narrow the niche worksheet, so that they'll know exactly what niche they'll work in. Your who and what, again, specific worksheets that help them figure this out. All right, so is that making sense? So then by filling this out, the beautiful thing is these are actually lessons and ways that you help your people, but then you can just pluck this out and use it for your lead magnet. And the beautiful thing is they are actually getting a solution. So using this example again, somebody's just starting out. They don't even know who they should offer their services to. Once they figure out how to narrow their niche or niche, they will be one step closer in figuring out this part of the triangle. All right. And so then this, you can get a lot of mileage out of this. You can use this as your lead magnet. You can use it in, as your messaging, one leg of your messaging. You could even run ads to it and so forth. All right. So let me come back here. So you'll have access to these slides also. This basically, I'm kind of saying the same thing, but we just want something that's so irresistible that people just can't help themselves. Okay. And again, we want to be solving an immediate pain, a mini problem. You want them to be able to consume your lead magnet in 10 minutes or less. It needs to be something short to the point. You want to give them the confidence that anyone can do it, clear steps, and you want to give them over the top value. So a lot of people say, well, if I'm actually pulling things out of my program, I'm giving things away. No, what you're doing is you're convincing people to step even closer to work with you. So then, as I talked about here, we need to decide what's the best thing to create. And then we also need to pay attention to make sure that we don't create something that's actually repelling our perfect future people. And what do I mean by that? And I see this more and more because with AI, ChatGPT, and all these other tools, it's super easy just to whip out a 50-page ebook and to create all of this stuff. But here's the deal. We're information overload. Okay. So a lot of this stuff is bland. We know it's written by ChatGPT. There's not any real value. Okay. Another mistake that people make with their lead magnets, they make the lead magnet all about themselves and not the other person. I mean, yes, we need a little bit of authority. So if you were putting together some kind of like a workbook or something, someplace in that lead magnet, they need to know, okay, who you are. Yes, you can solve this problem. But I've seen so many lead magnets where people, it's just all about them and how they help people and this and that. It needs to be about them. And we need to make sure, most of all, that it doesn't look like what other people are offering, and make sure that we give them the guide so that they can actually have a transformation. And that's what this is. Again, by pulling out one of those pieces in our program, we'll give them the transformation. So this is just another way of what I just said, but the main goal that you want to focus on is you want to give them a quick win. One of the best, and it wasn't even a lead magnet. I think I paid $9 or something, and I don't remember the title, but it was something to do with Google Sheets. I can't even remember now. It only, from start to finish, there were 2 or 3 videos and a workbook. It only took me like 30 minutes to consume it. But you know what? It was awesome. It was one of the best things that I purchased. And I probably would have paid more because, and again, I don't even remember now the details, but it was solving a specific problem. And it just cut to the chase, and it helped me solve that little mini problem. And it was a quick win. So that's what we want for our lead magnets. And at the end, what we want is we want them wanting more. Leave them with, okay, I helped you with this. I've got all these other goodies, and here's how you can get them. So you just help them identify the next step of their journey. And if you have something that, like if you have a series of videos or audios, multiple things, you're giving them this binge-worthy content. And then you're just constantly inviting them to a call, to join the group, whatever, however you want to bring them closer. So I have a few worksheets, and again, you have all of these. So we talked about this one. And then some of the other worksheets, we're not going to go through it today, but you'll have it in your toolkit. ChatGPT does a really good job helping us name things for our lead magnet, but think about what we call the juicy words from your target audience. So in other words, when they talk about their problem or their issue or what solution they're looking for, what words are they using in their vocabulary? And then you can add intensifiers, so secret, complete, extensive, breakthrough, etc. And then the different program words and different enhancer words. And then here's a good way that you can name. And again, you can use this for your program. You can use it for your lead magnet. So here are just different examples. So name it and claim it result. So again, the more like numbers and tangible things you can put into it. So get more clients now. That might be one. Or get 6-pack abs in 6 weeks, or the 15-hour work week. So that would be examples of name it and claim it. Verb, then noun. Stop the diet. Stop the diet. Lead magnet, or not lead magnet. Stop the diet. Exercise checklist for busy moms. Something like that. I probably would add just a little more to it. Double your leads with the OMG lead magnet. Pimp your lead magnet, okay? The how-to lose 10 pounds in 6 weeks. How to get leads every day. How to shave 10 hours off your work week. So I think you get the idea, but these are just examples of how you can name them. And then these are just what I call my juicy words template. And so basically you use that chart and I forget what they used to call it when you move the little tiles around, but you can, is it Mad Lib or something? You could come up with all kinds of things. So you put in an intensifier word, a juicy word, and then the program name. So secret health formula, get the secret health formula for new moms, or health mastery method, comprehensive health mastery formula. Right? So just a little worksheet for you for that. And then a headline generator, the hook builder. So you need to call out who you help, what do they want without, okay, they don't want these pain things, and then their main objective. So again, who do you want? Fitness coaches. So I help fitness coaches get new clients without sleazy sales calls or spending a fortune on ads, even if no one has heard of you. Or middle-aged moms who want a trim tummy without having to exercise 24/7, even if they struggle walking to the mailbox. Okay, so if you saw this, you see how it hooks you in. It's like, oh yeah, that's really good. I want it. Okay. This worksheet is just what I call your little asset list. So once you've created it, what is your lead magnet name? When you're using Go HighLevel, we have a lot of different pieces. So we have the URL for the opt-in page. What's the name of the form we're using? What's the digital image file name? What call to action? And then the link for your download. Then this worksheet here just helps you. So as you pull apart your program and then you're trying to get those little mini steps, this is how you would break that down even further. So when you're teaching people, you need to tell them basically what it is that they need to do. why they need to do it. In other words, what's the benefit of doing this? Then you give them the exact steps. And then the now is, okay, this is what I want you to do. Go do A, B, C, and D. Okay. So this just helps you if you have a hard time articulating getting them from point A to point B. Because again, with this lead magnet, we're just giving them little mini steps, but we want that transformation. And at the end, it's like, oh, okay, so now I've done that. Now I can go on to the next one. And again, here's another worksheet you can use is the starting point. So like in the people just getting started in their business, I would do this on a spreadsheet so they could actually just check it off. So if I went back to that, okay, the very first thing they need to do is they need to figure out who their clients are. So I would say, okay, for you, the starting point is the module on understanding who your ideal clients are. And then step 1, step 2, step 3. Okay. So again, you can see you can use this for your program, but you can also use the same framework, the same model as you're building out your lead magnet. And if you have your program built out, then you just take a chunk and then kind of refine it. Make sure that you're hitting these points. All right. So at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to if I can find it, we're going to dig into this a little bit and I'll help you. Let's see if we can pull out 2 or 3 of these like mini steps and then figure out what we're going to put into that lead magnet. So before I turn off the record, I'm just going to mention again, if I open this up, to be able to get all of the handouts, everything that you need, this document, I'll put a link to it again, that will have all of the downloads. It'll give you the OMG magnet blueprint that we're working off of. It'll give you a link to the Canva worksheet so you can download those. And then the replay link will be there. Okay. All right. So let me turn off the record and then we'll get to work here. Let me stop sharing. And